Hello children, welcome to the class. Children, in this class, we will learn about the subject-verb agreement. What is subject-verb agreement? Here in this topic, in this session, we will learn a verb must agree. The verb must agree with its subject in number and persons. Okay, now here first we will understand verb. So what is the meaning of verb here? Verb is used to say who or what is doing an action. Okay, here the verb is used to say or denote who or what is doing the action. Right, here who or what is the subject of the verb. Okay, who or what is the subject of the verb. Here subject may include persons, animals or things. Right. So in simple words, matching the verb. Here in simple words, matching the verb with its subject is known as subject-verb agreement. Understood, children? Matching the verb with its subject is known as subject-verb agreement. Okay, means here a singular subject must take a singular verb. As we learned that here subject matching the verb with the subject is called subject-verb agreement. Right. Then what is matching the subject with the verb? So here a singular subject takes a singular verb. Okay, singular subject takes or must have singular verb. Whereas plural subject takes plural verb. Okay, plural persons or things, it takes plural verb. Okay, see for example, he always drinks milk. He always drinks milk. Okay, in this example, he is singular subject and drinks is singular verb. So here, singular subject takes singular verb. Understood, children? So when we take the singular subject with singular verb and plural subject with plural verb, then it is understood that it is subject-verb agreement. Here the verb is matching to its subject. Understood? Next example, she writes every day. She writes every day. So here she is singular subject and writes is singular verb. Understood? So here we can understand that singular subject takes singular verb. Singular subject takes singular verb. Next example, they write every day. They write every day. So in this sentence the word they is plural subject and the write is plural verb. Okay, so plural subject takes plural verb. Understood? Next example, we have to work hard for success. We have to work hard for success. So here word we is plural form, plural subject and work is plural verb. Understood, children? So here by the examples and the definitions we understood the subject, verb and agreement means here matching the verb with its subject. Understood? And here the singular subject always takes singular verb and plural subjects always take plural verb. Understood, children? In the next part we will learn the formations of singular subject with singular verbs and plural subjects with plural form, plural verbs. Children, now what are the rules we have to follow while framing the subject-verb agreement? So here first rule. What does first rule tells us? So here, if the subject of a verb is singular, the verb should also be singular. As we learnt in the definition that the singular subject must take singular verb. Right? So here also first rule tells us that if the subject of a verb is singular, then the verb should also be in singular form. Now here in simple present. So here in simple present tense, the singular verb usually made by adding s at the end. So here in the simple present tense, when we are writing the sentence in a simple present tense, then the verb is usually made by, the verb is usually formed by adding s at the end of the verb. Okay. See, for example, Ranjana eats an apple for breakfast. Ranjana eats an apple for breakfast. So here eats is a verb, right? So here we are adding yes at the end of the verb and have formed the singular verb. Ranjana is singular subject and eats is singular verb. Understood, children? If a subject is singular, then the verb also should be in singular form. Right. Next example. My sister sings like a real singer. My sister sings like a real singer. So here subject my sister is singular form and also verb is also in singular form. Right. Next example. The baby falls when he tries to walk. So here the baby falls when he tries to walk. So in this example, falls and tries are two singular verbs. Okay, and baby is singular subject. Right. So here if the subject is singular, then the verb also should be in singular form. Now here two examples we have understood. The first rule. Okay, so here the verbs. So the verbs what we have used here like eats, sings, falls and tries are called third person singular. So the verbs like eats, falls, sings, tries are called third person singular. Why it is called third person singular? Because the subject of the verb is the person we are speaking to. So we are speaking with other person. Right, we are speaking to other person. Here, my sister. Here I am talking about my sister, about the other person. So here, sings, the verb sing is third person singular. Understood, children? The verbs like eat, sings, falls are called third person singular. Means here the subject of the verb is the person we are speaking to. Okay, or we are talking about the other person. Right, so here verbs are called third person singular and in next part we will learn how to frame the third person singular and its examples. Children, next rule. So what does next rule tells us? So we make the third person singular. So in first point we learned that the verbs ending with yes. Okay, verbs when ending with yes. For example, sails, tries, cries. Okay, so and falls. So the words which ends with yes are known as third person singular. Right. So in second rule we will learn that we make the third person singular the formation of third person singular. So the third person singular are formed by adding es at the end of some verbs. So here for some words we add es while converting them to third person singular. So here this is done with when we add es, the letters es. So here the letter es is done with the verbs ending with sh, ch, ss, x, z and o. So the word which ends with sh, ch, ss, x, double z and o. So for these words we add es while converting them to third person singular. Understood, children? Yeah. When we make the third person singular with the words ending with sh, ch, ss, x and z, double z and o, we add es. Okay. For example, brush plus es, brushes. So here the word brush is ending with sh. Okay. So we are adding es and it becomes brushes. Next, miss plus es, misses. Go plus es, goes. So next, reach plus es, reaches. Mix plus es, mixes. Here we are not adding just yes, here we are adding es. Okay. Next, the sentences with verbs in the third person singular form. So here we learned that by adding es to the words ending with sh, double s, o and ch and x, we have framed the third person singular form. Now we will look into the examples, so which are having the words ending with x, ch, sh and double z and o. Okay, so here, first one, she always brushes her hair at bedtime. She always brushes her hair bedtime. So here, she is singular form and brushes is also singular form. We have not added just yes. Okay, we have added es. Okay, for converting them to third person singular form. Right. Next, the bee buzzes around the flower. The bee buzzes around the flower. So we have added es. Next, Mary goes to school by bus. Mary goes to school by bus. So children, in these examples, in these sentences, we have singular subject and singular verb. Understood, children? Next, in the next point, we will learn how to frame the words ending with y and how to change them and what are the rules we have to follow while changing them to third person singular. Children, next rule. So here, in a verb that ends in y, we change the y to an I and then add es to make the third person singular form. So here third point tells us that when a verb is ending with the letter y, so when we are changing that verb into third person singular form, then we remove the y. Okay, we remove the y and we add I and es to make it into third person singular form. Okay, for example, carry, carries. So here the word is ending with y. The verb is ending with the letter y. So here when we are converting them into third person singular, then we are adding I and es. We have removed the letter y and we have added I and es. Understood, children? Similarly, copy, copies. COPY, copy. And when we are converting the word or the verb copy into third person singular, then we have removed the letter y and we have added I and es. COPIES, copies. Next, bury, buries. Cry, cries. Fly, flies. Understood, children? So these are few examples. And next, in the sentences, how we have used the third person singular form. So Mala hurries to school every morning. So Mala hurries. So here hurry is a verb. So when we are converting the verb hurry into third person singular form, we have removed the letter y and we have added I and es. Mala hurries to school every morning. Next example, Rahul worries for small reasons. Rahul worries for small reasons. Next, Mohit copies answers from others. Mohit copies answers from others. Right. So here next, fourth point. So here some verbs. Okay. So some verbs that end in y and it has a vowel sound before the letter y. So we add only yes at the end of the verb to make into third person singular form. So here in the third point we learnt that when the letter is ending with y, so when we are changing the verb to third person singular, we will remove y and we add I and es. Right. So in fourth point, the verb ending with y. So when the verb is ending with y and having a vowel word before the letter y, then we add only yes to make into third person singular form. Here, when the word is ending with Y and having a vowel sound before the letter Y, and we doesn't remove the letter Y. So we just simply add yes to make into third person singular form. Understood, children? Here, see for example, buy and yes, buys. So here the word or the verb buy is ending with the letter Y, right? And it is having a vowel letter U, right? So we have not removed the letter Y and just we added yes and we have converted into third person singular form as buys, right? Similarly, annoy plus yes, annoys. Here the letter Y is having a vowel letter O before it. Okay, so we have just added yes and it becomes annoys. Next, pray plus yes, praise. Understood, children? Here in third point, look, in third point, there is no vowel sound. So here we have added vowel sound. Okay, but here the letter, the Y doesn't have vowel sound before it. Right, carry. Here R is a consonant. So here also T is consonant and R is consonant and here also same L is consonant. So we have removed the letter Y and we have added I and ES. In fourth point, the letter Y has vowel sound before it. So we have not removed the letter Y and we added just yes. Understood, children? I hope you have understood third and fourth point. Next, we will look into the children. Next example. So here, father buys fruits at the market. Father buys fruits at the market. So here, children, we learned that. So here, when the verb is ending with Y and when it has a vowel letter before it, then we doesn't remove the letter Y and we just add only yes. Right. So here also the father buys fruits at the market. So we have not removed the Y while converting them to third person singular. Okay. Next, my friend says, she has planned a surprise for me. My friend says, she has planned a surprise for me. Next example, Asha stays with her granny. Asha stays with her granny. So here the verb which is ending with the letter Y have been changed to third person singular having a vowel before it. Here only yes has been added. Okay, while converting them to third person singular. Then I hope you have understood the 4 rules while converting the verb into third person singular form. Next, we will look into the conversion of the third person singular form to plural verbs when the subject is in plural and how to form the third person plural. Okay, so here if a subject is plural, then the verb also should be in plural form. Right? For example, they run very fast. They run very fast. Here they is plural subject, right? Plural form of subject. So here run is also plural form. Okay, plural verb. Next, children write their test very quickly. Children write their test very quickly. Here children is plural subject and write is also plural verb. Understood? Next, some plural nouns, okay, some plural nouns such as people, cattle, then police, etc. do not end with yes. So here some plural nouns which does not end with yes, okay, we have to use plural verbs with them. Okay, though the few words which does not end with yes, okay, in plural forms, okay, we have to use plural verbs. Understood? So here also next we do not add yes, es or ies to plural verbs. Right. In singular verbs, we use yes, es and ies while converting to third person singular. But here in plural verbs, we do not use yes or es or ies into plural verbs. Understood, children? Next, we will move on to next example. Children, example. So here, the mother and father take care of us. The mother and father take care of us. So in previous point, in sixth point, we learned that. So here, we does not use or we do not use yes, es or ies into plural verbs. Right. So here also you can see that here we have not used any yes, es or ies into in the plural form of verb, right? So mother and father take care of us. Okay, and the stars shine brightly in a on a clear night. The stars shine brightly on a clear night. So here in the plural verb, so we have not used any yes, es or ies. Okay, next example, all birds lay eggs. So I hope you have understood the sixth point. Now here, seventh point. So here in seventh point, if the subject of a verb is a group noun, if the subject of a verb is a group noun, then we can use a singular verb or plural verb. So when the subject of a verb is group noun or collective noun, okay, collective noun, then we can use singular verb or plural verb. But usually group names or group nouns are singular in nature. Okay, we can use both singular verb or plural verb, but usually group nouns are always singular. Okay, see for example, the audience laughs at his jokes. The audience laughs at his jokes. Here, children, the word audience is a group noun, right? A group of people looking at an event is known as audience, right? So here, audience is a plural subject, right? Is a group noun, right? So here, laughs at his jokes. Here, laughs is singular verb. Right. So here next, the audience laugh at his jokes. The audience laugh at his jokes. Here, laugh is plural verb. Did you understand, children? The group nouns can be either singular verb or plural verb. Okay. Next, my family comes from Mumbai. My family comes from Mumbai. Here, family is a group noun. Okay, and comes is singular verb. Right. Next, my family comes from Mumbai. My family comes from Mumbai. So here family is group noun. And here we have used plural verb come. Right. So here 7 point tells that if a subject of a verb, if the subject of a verb is group noun, then we can use singular verb or plural verb. Understood, children? I hope you have understood the topic subject verb agreement. And the next class, I'll come up with new topic. Thank you, children.